Charles Darwin by Ryan Walsh.
and Ethan Hawley.
About Charles Darwin. He was born on February 12th, 1809. He died on April 19th, 1882. Back then, they didn't have any wheelchairs, so what he did is he put wheels on his feet and he made practically his own wheelchair. He came up with a theory called natural selection. When animals are more adaptable to their habitat, they can survive longer. Charles Darwin's notebook. He had a picture of a tree on the front of his notebook. It represented the tree of life. In his notebook, he had all of his discoveries about the evolution of animals and more. Also, he had other notebooks about his voyage. Charles Darwin's home. In the back of his home, he had a personal garden for his studies. His home is still there today, but it's now a museum. He had a room all for his evidence of evolution and his discoveries. Charles Darwin's voyage. He left his home to start his voyage on January 4th, 1832, on a ship called the Beagle. He went to the Galapagos Islands and found bones in other animal species, which include 26 species of birds. He went around the whole world for 5 years, studying animals, fossils, and bones. Charles Darwin, the Beagle. The Beagle is a ship that Darwin went on to travel the world. The Beagle is a very sturdy ship with the capacity of 50 people. The Beagle used to be a battleship. Charles Darwin's Galapagos map. The Galapagos is a form of 14 islands. The Galapagos Islands is 4,020 kilometers away from South Africa. The Galapagos is very green and a good place for life.
Charles Darwin's observations on the Galapagos. While Darwin went on his 5-year voyage, he came across a strand of islands called the Galapagos. Darwin stayed there for 5 weeks, studying and mapping the islands thoroughly. Darwin found very interesting animals on the Galapagos Islands. He discovered Galapagos turtles, iguanas, and over 25 species of birds while on the island. Darwin's important observations. When Darwin left on the Beagle for his voyage, he came across many important discoveries. These discoveries helped with his evidence and his theory about natural selection. He discovered the glyptodon, an ancestor of the armadillo, bones, and giant ground sloth bones as well. Darwin's observations lead to a theory. Darwin went on a voyage across the world and made many observations. This includes observations about glyptodons, birds, and other animals. He made sure to take note about what he saw while he was on his voyage. The evidence he got from all these observations led to ideas of natural selection and evolution. Darwin's theory of natural selection. Natural selection is a theory that was brought up by Charles Darwin. The theory is that when certain things adapt to their environment, they last longer and produce more offspring. It is now believed by many to be the main process that brings up evolution. Key ideas about natural selection. Some key ideas that are presented about his theory were: traits are often heritable, more offspring than can survive are born, which means they fight for resources. Offspring vary in their heritable traits. Natural selection depends on the environment. Citations. The end.